welcome to the 2022 Waikato Mixed Force Final. We're here between Sean Blackbourne's team of Sean, Alex, Terry and Julie, and they are playing the team of Dave Archer,
Matthew Farquhar, Joy Archer and Candice Andrew.
Excellent. I believe they're all the members of the same club?
Except Julie, and I believe that she's a ring-in.
A ring-in?
A last-minute ring-in, I believe.
Didn't she just get off a holiday?
Yes, and she's just come back from a tiki tour around the North Island, so holidays obviously pay off.
That's excellent. I'll have to go on a holiday where she's gone. Might make a final. So I believe that both teams went through unbeaten in section play. They both qualified after 3 games, was it?
Yes.
Is that right? Had a long lunch break and then just came out of one very close semi-final and one blown out semi-final, was it?
Oh, the first half was close. It was Selwyn Hale's team were close with Dave, and then Dave's team just got away on them in the last half of the game.
Do you know the scores?
Sean's score against Wayne was 15-13. And no, sorry, I can't tell you what Dave's.
Oh, well, that's all right. What's that? No, that's fine. It's the first time Leslie and myself have been using this system, so bear with us. Everyone that's used to the system is on screen at the moment. So try and get fancier as we go along with the camera cutting. There we go. Looks like Alex is a little bit tight, probably a bit short if you're trying to reach that head. We don't really have a good angle of the head at the moment, but is that Matthew's playing his forehand? I think. He's not a lefty, so it looks about right.
No, we haven't purchased those lefty bowls for the Waikato little bowling centre yet.
Yeah, you haven't got them yet?
No.
You only have a couple of lefties down here, don't you?
Oh, we're trying to beat it out of them.
Right, Alex's second bowl. Looks like it's a wee bit short as well. I think it's 1-0 at the moment at the back of the box, but can't really.
It's between the black and the yellow, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll see if we can do some fancy camera work. tried to do some fancy camera work, but I still can't see it. Looks like it's just between that black and the yellow in the front of the box. So I'd probably say it's one yellow, but we can't really see. Sean's looking for something at the front of the head there. But
Yeah, we're going to see it.
oh, there we go. Looks like it could be 4 yellow there. So it looks like he's going to play a bit of weight down. Oh, he's one of your lefties, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And Matthew's so kindly got in front of the camera. Playing with
Oh, a stand
quite
up.
a bit of weight, I would think, looking for middle yellow, trying to hit the black into the head. Not far away.
Oh, a bit of jack movement there. Yeah, but it's still
Yeah.
one yellow anyway.
Like at least one yellow there. I think Alex and Sean are discussing if they can move that black. It's folded out of the head and maybe make it 3 or 4.
They're looking at the possibility of moving the kitty through the gap between the two yellows
Yes,
out to the other side of the mat.
might be able to make 3 or 4 out there. Fortunately, Alex has now decided it's a really good time to stand in front of the other camera. So you're gonna have to invest in some
Skyhawks.
maybe like shock collars or something, where you can just. So Sean's playing now. Looks relatively safe out there. Might just be the one yellow, and when it is, when I figure out what camera we want to go to. Oh. You're not really well trained at not being in front of the camera then, yeah.
Oh, I think just shot collars on some of the players will be fun.
Shock collars.
Anyway,
I agree. Would you just limit that to when they're on live streams, or just on entry you have to have a shock collar?
just on entry.
Just on entry? Fair enough. You wouldn't want to be caught off guard though, would you?
No.
Cool, so we've got Candice playing her forehand, by the looks. Never been good with forehand backhands. Been playing for 20 years and I still can't
Yeah, just
remember
this hand and that hand.
It's that hand or this
Yeah.
hand, yeah. Alex is a big user of the forehand backhand. I'm always having to turn around and figure out what way he's actually meaning. Let's see if we can get a scoreboard on here. There we go, it cuts out about half of the head. But we'll bring the scoreboard up time to time, and when it's in the way we'll take it away so we can still see the balls. Terry's trying to sneak under that front black, draw the shot. It looks like she's done that. And Joy Archer following Terry down. Good ball, making 2 out of it.
Oh no, they might be through in that office.
Alex managed to hit that yellow up for shot. I suspect Matthew might be on the same hand following him down. I won't bother trying to use backhand, forehand, I'll just say that hand, this hand.
Yeah.
I think it's much easier. So Matthew following Alex down on that hand there. So it might be a bit wide.
Why?
That was probably good.
Do you want to play a cover bowl?
Yeah, just trying to cover those back blanks. Looks like it's not badly down. Great ball from Dave. Sneaking under Matthew's last ball and making maybe 2 of it. Sean now has to decide if he's going to try and draw the shot or wriggle down on the same side of the mat as Dave. Because it technically wouldn't be the same hand, but
Sean being right-handed and Dave being left-handed.
yes. That's what those left-handed bowls would solve. It would be the same hand for everyone, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Is that how they work? When are you going to get the roof lifted off as well? It might make it a bit cooler inside.
Sean's probably wishing we had some of those no-kill jacks on the
Yes.
mat.
I think we're all wishing we had one of those at the certain time. Looking like Sean's opting for the draw on his backhand.
Forehand.
What?
I don't know.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
just
See, I don't
backhand.
know. On that hand.
On that hand, it's Sean's backhand. Maybe just a bit short. There's probably 2 down there. Dave's going to try and draw a bonus on his forehand because he's a lefty.
So if Sean played that hand, Dave must be playing this hand.
Yes, that's how that works.
Yes.
It looked tighter in a hand, but it's got a bit of a wobble on it. And it's not enough. Might have changed the hit.
Quite
there.
possibly
Might
only
be
one black
down.
now.
I have to fight for it. Just the one? It's 1-1 after 2 ends. And Candace leading off now. We'll try and get that score there. So it's 1-1 after 2 of 10 ends. And do you know if this game goes to an extra end, is it 1 extra end down here, or is it 3 for the mixed fours? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure about the mixed fours. I know that other Waikato centre titles, but since this is not a centre title,
So it doesn't count to a gold star?
No.
Isn't it? It's just
No.
purely to get your zone winner for the national
that's
events?
correct.
I see. Has there been consideration of making this a Waikato title, or are you just happy with the main championships?
Oh, I know it's been talked about in the past, but not recently.
Fair enough. How do the players feel about it? Do they feel like it should be worth a title just the same, or yourself?
Oh,
What are
myself?
your-
No,
what are your
I would
opinions?
definitely like to see this class as a centre title and have it awarded retrospectively.
Retrospectively? Am I picking up on the fact that you may have won this a few times?
Yes, in my heyday, I did win this several times.
Several times. So could you potentially have a gold star in the
Oh, I'd actually have my gold bar by now.
Your gold bar.
So
So you're definitely keen to retrospectively award these titles?
yes.
I suspect there might be a few that would get you. You could run into a few issues. You might run out of gold stars.
Run
if you
out
start
of gold, not just stars.
You have to go to Waihe, see if they have some spare gold that you can borrow.
I don't think it's borrow.
Borrow for a long period of
Yeah.
time. So is that the same as mixed pairs? That doesn't count either?
That's correct.
So it's just your championship fours, triples, pairs, singles?
Yeah, and the champion and
The
champions.
champs count?
Yeah.
So
So all Waikato has up for grabs each year is 8
8.
centre titles.
Well, that's not too bad. It's about what most centres have on offer. I know a lot of centres don't have the full set of champ titles.
Yeah.
Terry trying to follow our last one down. Draw the shot. Looks pretty good if it hangs on to the edge of the mat.
Curls a little bit at the end.
Yeah, that's 2 pretty good bowls considering where the jack's been getting pushed to. I expect Matthew will try and follow Terry down.
Those bowlers that can perfect the wobble and get it to hold a bit straighter, we could find that.
Might be able to draw a touch up.
Yeah.
You reckon Alex is going to try and put a wobble on his bowl there? Or he'll try to draw properly and egg rotations?
Maybe with this first one he'll try and draw it properly.
Yeah, good call. If he gets under that black one, he's not far away. No. I think a couple of them may have said some words not fit for air. We'll definitely endeavour not to say any of those. So Matthew again on his full backhand. Trying to sneak under the yellow and get another shot. Yeah, it looks like he's just a bit
gonna
wide.
run into the yellow.
Alex come out for a walk now. Gonna have a discussion on what they want to do. If maybe they try and be more aggressive for the black ball, or try and draw underneath on his forehand. Yeah, they're looking at sneaking under that black ball. placing the bowls on the correct side of the mat.
There's OCD kicking in.
I think it must have something to do with it. Should we count how many times he brings the bowl back and forth from the box and see if it's the same every time? Or?
One lonely black
One lonely
shot.
black that Matthew got there. So I'd say David's going to try and give it a friend, and Sean will be trying to see if
Unfriend it.
Unfriend it. If it's as easy as it is on the internet, he could be getting it. He could be holding 3 or 4. Dave's on that hand underneath the black. Looks like, I think that will be his. It's probably his forehand for us. Oh, it looks pretty well. Sneaks under that. He's not far away.
Oh, he's got another one in the vicinity of the head, so it's a safety net for him.
Well, he's definitely not going to be 5 down if Sean manages to pluck one of the blacks out. I'm not sure if there's a potential for them to try and get both of them out. Alex looking on the far extreme and trying to see if that black-yellow plant is on, or black-yellow plant. He sure likes his plants,
Yes.
as long as they're on a bowls mat and not on his plate.
Unless it's a salad or raw.
A salad. So we can get a camera angle on. There we go. You see that yellow bowl about 12 o'clock closest to us. They're looking at trying to hit that onto the black one, which will hit the yellow one onto the yellow one, and might take that black one out. That shot bowl at the moment. This is definitely looks like it's on, but who knows in bowls?
Yes, it all depends on how it's hit and how hard it's hit.
And if it's hit.
Yeah, and if it's hit.
Sean on his backhand as well. I suspect it'll be underneath the front black, but who knows? Yeah. Oh.
Oh, we would say good bowl, but we can't see it, Alex.
Yeah, so it looks like Sean managed to play through that and they got the shot out of it. I'm going to claim that I couldn't quite see what was going to happen with the camera, because that's entirely opposite to what I said would happen. And just say he hit it slightly wrong. So Dave looking on his backhand now.
On that hand.
On that hand, yeah. Probably under the black with a bit of weight. Try and pluck those yellow balls off the head to leave him with one. Looks a bit narrow.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sean takes one here. But that black bowl is also worth probably 4 or 5 if they can get it out clean. So I might have to have a discussion and see if it's worth it at this stage of the game. It's a 10-end game, so they're on N3, so they might think it's worthwhile having a go at that, get an early lead. Although they did have an early lead in their semi-final of 9-0, and they found themselves 3 down, 2 to go.
Yes, that's correct.
And they managed to get themselves 1 ahead last end. And was it you that was telling me the average score of that game was 3 shots in end?
Yes, yes. After 9 ends, 27 points have been scored.
I'm normally happy scoring 3 in total of an entire game, let alone 3 in end. Looks like they're just looking to sneak under that yellow. It's about 3rd shot. Try and make a 3 or 4 depending on his shot bowl. I think he's just asking his team if they're happy to take that risk, and I think the consensus was yes. So we'll see Sean with a bit of weight trying to get the black out clean. Not far away. Gets it. That's all right.
But sometimes in the early ends of a game, it's good to try those high risk shots
Yeah,
because
there
they
was a
can
bit of
pay
a
off.
risk there, but they decided it was worthwhile to see if they can get a 3 or 4 early on, and only drop to 1 if it went bad. So that makes the score 2-1 to
Dave.
Dave after 3 ends. And Sean and Candice leading off with a short to mid-length jack and popping a bowl a foot behind. You can't complain.
No.
I'd probably put the go a foot short. Just for
Only
fun.
1 foot.
Yeah. Depends how I'm feeling. On a short end, that's a big chance I actually reach the front line, so. Do we say what club Julie played out of it? Was it Morrinsville or Martin? One of the M clubs?
Martin, I believe she's.
Martin. Is there a Morrinsville indoor club?
I'm not sure whether there's any clubs in Morrinsville, but we do have a Morrinsville sub-centre. Their main club is Taranui.
I see. I think I know. Is that the place with the... Is it a Fonterra place?
No, Tatua.
They're basically the same thing, aren't they?
Sure.
One has the rights to whipped cream, I believe, and one doesn't. Or at least that's what Alex has told me. So. Terry on her backhand. So is it this hand is the forehand for you, or is it that hand is the backhand? Or do you just, however it feels at the time?
However it feels at the time.
I suppose if you started saying this hand is the backhand and that hand is the forehand, you may as well just start
Saying
calling them
backhand and forehand.
I don't want to accidentally sound like I know what I'm doing, so I'll just go with that hand this hand.
Well, it's a good pick up by Joy.
Cool. Terry switching hands on her forehand now. Probably trying to get round that front, under that front leg. Yeah, what do I know? Good shot from Terry. Try and get a friendlier angle there. I know we have 2 cameras on either end and players are standing directly in front of it both sides. Those shot collars might definitely become a good investment in the future. And Dave, of course, is part of this Matt side streaming crew, and I feel like he would be very unhappy with someone standing where he's standing.
Yes. Oh, how did that get through that gap?
Matthew played his forehand, I think, and managed to sneak through that gap, that gap there. We couldn't show you that angle because someone was kindly standing in front of the camera, but that's alright. I'm sure Matthew will have another go at it and hoping he doesn't get that gap again.
Well, if he does, it would be an action replay, and we could
It
see
would be,
exactly
yeah.
how he got through that gap.
And Alex is more than happy for Matthew to have another go at that gap, by the looks, and throwing his bowl off the side. So, got the same issue. Well, Dave's very kindly moved out of the way, so we'll get to have an action replay.
You made contact with the vole this time.
Must have had a little bit less weight that time because it turned quite a bit more than what it looked like it did before.
Right, are we going to see an action replay from Alex?
I reckon he might be a bit heavier this time. What do I know? It's only almost perfect. So Dave might follow Alex down now and he can push through that last bowl of Alex's. Might even choose to play a bit more weight and see if we can get both blacks off.
Or yellows?
Yeah, both yellows.
Yeah,
I
both
reckon.
yellows off.
Both blacks.
Get the edge off the yellow one Alex has just put there.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit wide. And that's probably gone as badly as it can for Dave. They could be holding the shot actually, but... Oh, no,
Yep.
Alex thinks he's holding one yellow. I would assume it's the one at about 5 o'clock on the screen.
Yeah, not the one at 6.
No,
It's
I
more
did.
here.
Yeah. Alex just telling Sean that both hands are indeed an option for him to play. Sean on the back end, underneath the yellows, trying to either hit one of them up or get the jack clean. If he moves it back 6 inches, he'll be happy. It's a pretty good bowl bet from Sean there. Dave's probably got to look to sneak around that front black and try and get the shot, unless he wants to be a bit more aggressive and look underneath the black and try and land the shot bowl. If you could hear Dave, I'm not sure you can, but he said exactly what I said. So Dave's just deciding what shot to play here. Definitely a more aggressive option and a more, well, I wouldn't say safe option, but we'll find out which one he's opted for shortly when he lets it go. I would say that's underneath the black.
Yeah, trying to play out the shot
Yeah.
bowl.
Probably got a good rub there from the front one. Looks like he cut it down to one yellow. And Sean will just be looking to draw on his forehand. Try and make it 2. You reckon he'll try and get underneath that black? Make it 3 even? Or do you reckon on this floor you'll be able to sneak around that black for another bowl?
Oh, I don't think you'll be able to sneak around it, but you should be able to sneak under it.
Sneak under it easily. Needs to slow down.
Yeah, just ran a little bit fast.
One yellow, so we are all square after 4 ends. Definitely a lower average score than the semi-final that Sean's team just came off. It's 2 each after 4. And I think I could almost figure out the average of this match so far. Might have to think about it for a few seconds, but it's definitely less than 3.
A good ball from Candice.
So is this always your finals, mate?
Met 3 used to be our finals met.
So is that a player coup, or was it just happened to be changed to mat 4 for live streaming purposes, maybe.
Oh, I believe that's
The reason.
Oh, I think last year we had mat 4 as the final mat too. And the bowls that we did manage to get played.
Did you get a lot played last year, or just?
Yeah, we did manage to fit in all our events.
Just your champ
Last
champs
year.
were a bit affected, or was it
Yeah,
just at a sub-centre level?
The sub-centre, they played.
So I believe the Hamilton ones were played earlier this year.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
were
they
from
were.
last year's winners,
Yes.
I believe. There we go. Joy found some artifact under the mat.
Treasure.
Looks like a good bowl from Terry, just digging the junk out of that pack of black bowls. So Joy looking to follow Terry's bowl down on the forehand. See if she can make contact with that shorter black or get around it clean. She's got the weight, she's got a good bowl. It's not quite.
Not quite.
Do you find the mat speed varies on each mat on this floor?
Yes. Yes, they do vary quite significantly.
So that even on this front section, because those that are not familiar with the Waikato floor, there's 6 mats in one section, and then there's 8 in the next one.
I think we can fit up to 10 in the middle section.
Up to 10 in the middle. That would make sense. And you find those two different sections vary quite a bit.
Not so much the floor, it's the mats that you're
The
putting
mats.
on the floor.
I see. So do you every now and then just change the mats up on everyone to
Yeah, just to
false
see.
security there? Like you've been playing on these for the last 5 years, we're going to change it up so no one has a clue.
Yeah.
I see. So when
Keep
was the last
keep
time you
people on
did
their
that?
toes.
You're changing this year?
Oh, I know that the mats were lifted earlier in the year when we had our working bee.
So it could
I'm
have.
not sure whether they were put back in the same places they were lifted from or not.
I'm going to use that as an excuse. They played nothing like the ones I thought they would play like, so I reckon you have. A good bowl from Alex there, sticking in the gap of the 2 blacks and making 2 yard. Let's see what Matthew has to say in reply. Might be looking down on Matthew's backhand and just underneath the yo and try and get a bit of contact. So just underneath that yellow at 6 o'clock this time for us. And it looks like he's going to try something of the sorts. Pretty good
Even if we
speed.
can clear that front one out, we've got a bit
Oh,
of
he
got
has
follow
some good
through.
weight there. Good follow through. He's probably still 2 down, but it's definitely built the head a little bit nicer for Dave.
We'll give Dave something to work off, as long as Sean doesn't come along and ruin it.
Yeah. So what do you think Sean's going to do, apart from ruin it?
Whether you'll play the swingy side and just try and sit that outside yellow down,
Yeah.
which is what I've just been saying there, is to close that gap up.
Because it might even
Stop.
get him 3 shots if he gets that gap clean and locks one of the yellows in. It looks like you've picked that well, Leslie.
Some players are just too predictable.
Looks like it's just lacking on the speed, but it might end up in a good home.
Oh,
Well, that could have set up a bit of a wing for Dave there. like Dave's going to play
He's
his.
going to try and push his black one in,
his
I
back
think.
end. Either trying to, like Leslie said, get contact on the black or just underneath.
If he gets the black one right onto the kitty, he'll push it through the gap.
Looks like he's going to get just under it. Not quite sure what's happened there. Looks like
Could
definitely
still be
one yellow,
Still
but
be two down.
could be two, dependent on how far away the bowls are, I guess.
Yeah, depending on which of the black and the yellow is
Which is
closer.
closer, yeah. So Sean going to follow Dave down, probably with a
Just sit
more
on,
of a
sit
draw
on
way.
the front black one, I think. Sit on black.
Yeah, that's the way. Not badly down here.
I think that's where he wanted it.
Just falling short of the black bowl, but if they're holding two, they'll be happy with that.
Could even possibly be third shot.
Could be.
Oh no, I think I saw Matthew put two fingers down.
So I would say it's those back two, and Sean's last bowl just falling short of the count. Dave looking at that outside sort of split on the black and blackish. Let's see if we can.
Well, he's trying to get onto his black one to push it through the head and hopefully get some follow through.
Looks like they've opted for that end. Be interesting what sort of weight this bowl has on it. It was a good effort by Dave. Probably didn't have enough weight to push that follow through him, but it might have knocked one of the bowls away. So it looks like it might just be the one yellow, but I think they've asked for some measures. See how good the measuring abilities are. Oh, looks like it's two. I'm not quite. I didn't see the fingers, but I thought it might be two. Until I find out otherwise, I'll say it's two. So given that was two, that makes the score 4-2 to Sean's team after 5 ends. Let's see if we can confirm if that was two or not. But it definitely was one.
Definitely one.
Definitely one. See if this fancy camera can get us onto that scoreboard.
Yes, that was two yellow.
Yep, so we managed to get the camera onto the scoreboard, and it was two yellow, so the score is 4-2. Good bowl, two good bowls from Julie there, and it looks like she's got a front toucher and a front toucher.
Okay, I'm just going to draw close or try and rattle it a little bit to
Dave telling Candice to just get some bowls at the back to work with. Doesn't need to have the shot immediately. Candice ignoring that instruction and moving it anyway. Probably quite happy with that, and stops the opportunity for Sean's team to build the header.
that was always an option for Candace coming
Yeah,
down
well,
that
with
way.
that weight, if you're a bit narrow, you've always got the chance to just disturb in the head. Good bowl from Terry there, drawing 6 inches past. And Joy going to try to follow her down on that hand. Not badly down. I reckon by the end of this end, that wrinkle at the end of the mat there is going to be ironed out. Either by a jack getting moved through it, or someone trying to encourage a kill. Look, my Joy's bowl had a little bit of a speed bump there. Sean's going to look for it.
More treasures.
Matthew going to follow Alex down, see if we can't draw the shot on the sand. Maybe he was trying to rate the
Yeah, I
jack
think
a
he was
little
trying to
bit.
move the
just
jack.
get that jack away from that danger zone of yellows completely. And Alex going to try and sew this head up. Done a pretty good job of it, but Matthew's last black ball might be in a really good spot. Looks like it's set to pop out there. Yeah, as Dave is pointing it now. So it might have similar weight to his last bowl when looking at just hunt that front toucher.
Time for a reset.
Yep, well, it is a no time limit game,
Yes.
so could be here all night. Was a little bit
Not-
tight, but he might have got away with that. Looks like
Oh,
it's pretty close.
pretty vulnerable sitting where it is, though.
Yeah, but is what would Sean be looking to do here? Try and just
I
draw
could
up
probably
to
just
it?
draw up to it, try and tuck
Try
it,
and-
tuck it around the corner a little bit and into his yellows.
As long as he's on that wide side, he's got all the chances there. There is quite a good track there. Probably wanted to be slightly heavier or slightly wider, I reckon. But Matthew's kindly. There we go. Looks like Sean's drawn a front toucher anyway, so Dave will be looking to follow Sean up the same hand.
Well, it looks like he's 3 down, so even if it is a little bit heavy and does go off the end, he's no worse off.
No, he gives himself a chance with his next bowl if he makes contact with anything there. So it might be a touch wide.
Yes.
And joining Alex's one on the side of the mat from the previous end. It must be a common thing to do, trying to take some green out on this mat.
Alex planning on Sean doing a block shot.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the blocks from this Sean during the day. I haven't seen one of the blocks reach the edge yet, so it's probably a good sign.
That's
for the block.
the idea of a block shot.
It is. normally what I end up blocking, they might end up putting a front touch around by accident. Shows how much control I have.
We're sure going to try and draw the gap.
Yeah, as long as you're on that wider side of the header, you might end up leaving a split though if you get rest real poorly. If you can manage to tuck that jack around into the yellow bowls on the right. It's a beauty in no time limit games. For the players, they can take as long as they want. For the spectators, not so much. So I believe the outcome of that was they haven't decided, and Sean will decide when he lets the ball go. Yep, going for that block. Did it make the front line? Looks like it just made the front line. It might force Dave to play a little bit tighter now, or even switch hands. We might have to look for another shot. Dave just asked me through if it's 3 or not. I'll give him a good idea of what weight he can afford to play. Looking under the black with just enough weight to hold it up. Oh, it's a bit longer, he's not far away. Just either a little bit narrow, a little bit short. Not sure what. That must have been the block that got kicked down.
Yeah.
Not sure how many that was, but we'll endeavour to find out again. Three yellow to Sean's team, which makes the score 7-2 after 6 cents.
Terry rattling the head. Open it up. Joy on her forehand. Probably looking for a front toucher instead of a back toucher. And we'll have to settle for 6 inches short. Terry looking to come down between the two blacks with a little bit on.
Yeah,
Bit of jack movement.
similar bowl to her last one, really. Yeah. Probably slightly less weight, I reckon. But she's got a lot of bowls to work with up the front here.
There's a lot of mat to go yet.
Yeah, good bowl from Terry. Making one yellow out of it. So Joy just looking to get another bowl on the head. Probably be happy enough if she doesn't have the shot bowl after this one. Just a real good second.
Just cover that yellow one, which is what she's done.
Yeah, builds up that back of the head quite nicely for Dave's team. It's probably where Alex is looking to get one now. Just limit the damage at the back of the head. Looks a little wide, but pretty good speed. Dave calling Matthew on a little bit of weight on that front black to see if he can move the yellow just away from the jack and give himself a chance to maybe move it closer to their black for the next bowl. He's got good speed for running. Yeah, that's pretty well played for Matthew. He's doing real well now. He's got almost front toucher and almost side toucher. Now Alex probably has to try to move the head himself. I noticed there's an umpire in the background, Leslie.
That is Daryl Beatty.
I see, and does he normally umpire all these events?
He does umpire a lot of our events. He no longer plays indoor bowls, but he still comes along and umpires a lot of our events. And obviously with any umpire we're grateful for what they do. Even though sometimes it may not go our way, we're still grateful for the time
Someone's got to make
that they volunteer.
Quite often they can volunteer and not have a single call. I don't think I've heard an umpire call today. So
No, I don't think we had an umpire call today either. In this morning's session we had Des Nelly umpiring.
is that agreed upon by an umpires association down here, or do they just sort it out between themselves who's going to umpire what events, or just whoever's available?
Oh, I think they have a schedule of who is available to do different events.
And if you wanted to become an umpire in Waikato, do you know how does one go about doing that?
The obvious person to talk to would be Barry Chapman, but any of the umpires would be
So just talk to
more than
Barry.
helpful.
And
Barry Chapman, Roy McCurdy is another one of our Waikato umpires.
well-known umpires down here. So what's the umpire? What's it involved to become an umpire? Are you familiar? I used to know, but I can't remember. I think there's a test that you have to take.
Yeah, there's a theory test, which I think is an open book these days.
An open book? Well, that's the best kind of test, isn't it?
Well, it is. You're never going to turn up to a tournament and be asked to
Not have a book, eh?
not have a book
So I guess
on
that's
you.
fair enough. That's a good bowl there by Dave.
And then I think some of the umpires put you to a practical test and
Yes.
get you to do some measurements and see how good you are. And more than likely offer you some pointers if you don't do a very good job of it. But
Well, it's just some more training. Get you to the level required to become an umpire.
yes,
Because there can be some pretty tricky
Yes,
situations.
there can be some very tricky measuring situations.
Got to shock a couple of bowls to make sure none of them moves. It's definitely when you immediately call them up fire and say, I'm glad I'm not doing this.
We had one of those situations at the North Island Championships last year where we basically couldn't move any bowls because they were all leaning on each other.
So how'd the umpire go?
Very carefully.
Very carefully. That's probably when you want to have a no time in the game. So Sean might be looking for that split on the front yellows. Oh no, looking like he's just trying to drag the jack a little bit. If he gets it, no, it's a pretty good bowl from Sean. Holding two now at the back of the mat, but Dave will have to follow him down.
Dave can follow that down. Or it is still drawable on the other hand.
Yeah, is that the way they handed it to? Or is the one Dave's
The one
playing now?
Dave's playing now is the narrower
The narrow hand, so it's probably slightly
side.
easier. Hopefully he gets around it. Oh, he's not far away.
Oh.
It's just one bit narrow. Probably a good speed there, but that's two more to the team of Sean, Alex, Terry and Julie. That makes the score 9-2 after 7. And Julie's just keeping the jack on the green stuff. Nothing like making your skip stretch to straighten it up. So has the other team won this event before? Do you know, Liz?
Last year's event was Wayne Baker's team, who was knocked out in the semi-finals by Sean.
And was that the same team of Wayne, Richard, Annalise and Amber?
No, last year they had Sarah Jane, and this year they had Amber. Aside from that, the other three.
And this team, as we were saying earlier, of Sean, Alex, Terry and Julie had obviously had a last minute replacement of Julie. Was that replacing Lynn? Is it Lynn? I want to say no. I don't
Lynn Lehman. Yeah, I'm not sure who their fourth player was.
Because I believe they won it, Sean and Terry won it 2 years ago. Was it with Lynn and I can't quite remember.
I didn't eat. Oh. Frank.
So it might have been Lynn and Frank, but we're not sure. But they've definitely won this at least twice. I think they won it back to back in 2017, and I want to say, no, 18, 19, I feel. I'm not sure if they've ever gone on and won the zone final. But you are in a tough zone down this way, aren't you, with Tauranga and
Bay of Plenty, Poverty Bay, and Thames Valley.
Oh, it's Thames Valley in your group as well?
Yes.
And that's always played, I believe,
At Whakatane.
Okay. And that's just agreed upon by the members of the zone, because other zones, I believe, it rotates, but obviously...
Yes, believe it's whakatane for, I suppose, convenience of Poverty Bay. It's sort of a middle zone between Thames Valley, Waikato and Poverty Bay.
So the winner of this event and the mixed pairs, which was played last weekend, or 2 weekends ago?
2 weekends ago.
So they'll go to
Whakatane
there we go.
on the first weekend of July.
Excellent. And they play all the winners of Thames Valley, Bay of Plenty, Poverty Bay and
Tauranga.
Tauranga.
Yeah, correct.
Excellent. And the winner of that, of course, goes to the national final, which is meant to be in September sometime, I feel.
Yes.
And that'll be the 2022, because I believe they're playing the ones from last year and at the end of April.
Anzac weekend.
Anzac weekend.
The Super Weekend in Christchurch.
So that's all those champion events that don't get played
Yeah.
in September last year.
And that
it's
includes
football
the
from Alex there.
hens light singles, the mixed fours, mixed pairs, masters fours.
So
Oh,
it's,
did they have a masters triples event last year, or was that
I
a new
can't
event for
remember
this
if they
year?
had a Masters triples, but they might have. Is anyone from Waikato attending that event as a player?
Yes, we have Joy and Sean in the mixed pairs. And then we have Barry Chapman, Jenny Chapman, Jacqueline Cameron, and I think it's Bryn Hardy in the Masters fours.
Excellent. Am I correct in thinking the junior singles is played on this weekend as well? Because that was one of the other events that didn't.
Oh, yes, and that will be Lockie Blackburn.
And that of course, for those that don't know, is the son of
Terry and Sean.
who are playing now. So it's got a pretty good chance of being a good bowler.
Yes.
Sean and Alex just discussing what the best way to cover those black bowls are, I think, if it's to actually move the jack itself away past the blacks. We'll just try and wriggle one through that gap. I've opted to try and just sneak through that gap, and if they move the jack further away, that's not just slightly wide, I think.
We'll just put another black one in there for Dave to try and move the kitty to.
So it could be quite an important end here from Dave. They're on the 8th end of 10 and they're 7 down, so they'd be looking to get at least a 2 here to go 4 down with 2 to go. Anything over that is asking for 4s an end. So Sean going to try and get one bowl between the jack and that outside yellow bowl and just cover those blanks.
As long as he doesn't leave anything there just set up for Dave to play.
It's probably made that slightly harder to get that nice drag of the jack, but there could be a shot on the other hand now to play the split. Just having a look at their options.
I think he's trying a split shot.
Even if he's narrow on that front yellow, he might get some good backwards movement as a jack. And yellow don't really have any. That's a good bowl from
good bowl, Dave.
from Dave there.
Yep.
Probably a bit unlucky that yellow went all the way with it, because they could have got a 4 if it sort of went anywhere else. So it might only be the one there. Julie's been sent off to get the measures again. So definitely one blank at the moment, and we're measuring for 2. So we either make it 9-3 or 9-4 with 2 ends to play. I think I heard a 2.
Oh, I think so too.
Excellent. So that will make it 9-4 after 8. So 2 ends to go, and Sean's team leads 9-4 over Dave's team. And we've been going for just over an hour now. So hopefully we're not here for another hour. So hopefully that rule of 3 extra ends isn't, you're correct in your assumption that you only play 1 extra end.
I'm not sure because this isn't a centre title
so
event.
Am I correct in thinking that because it's not a centre championship, the rule is just all centre championships have 3 extra ends on a draw? Is that right? And because this is not one, it's just your standard ZIV rule, which is
Just an extra
just 1
end,
extra
yeah.
end. And is that still a toss to see who goes first?
No, that rule was taken out several years ago.
Yes. It has. I thought they fixed it again. Well, not fixed it, but changed it.
Right, but there are a couple of new rules that have been introduced. Well, not introduced, but amended
Changed.
this year. So while you're playing a game, you can no longer use whites to have a look.
Oh, I don't know that one. That's
To
good
see
know.
who's
I almost
got the
tried
shot.
to get some today.
The only instrument you're allowed to use is a torch, and it is not allowed to touch the mat.
So by it, does that mean the torch can't touch the mat?
That's correct.
Can my hand touch the mat?
Yeah, your
Well,
hand
I'll
can
end
still
the
touch the
torch.
mat,
Okay.
but the torch may not touch the mat, so you've got to have it in your hand.
And when you say torch, am I okay to use my phone?
Yes, you could use your phone.
Excellent.
And the other rule that they have changed is when previously when the last bowl had been played, or if you were changing ends, you had to wait for that last bowl to come to rest before you're allowed to start walking down the mat. Now as soon as that bowl is being delivered, everybody can start.
Everyone can start moving.
Moving
and
down the
that's
mat.
just up the sides of the mat? It's
Yes.
not on the mat itself? Because you're technically not to be walking on the mat still.
No.
I remember being picked up on that at a national singles game. I followed the bowl up and the umpires said attention players. Those that are familiar with the Waikato umpires might know who I mean when I say attention players. I got informed that you're not allowed to follow your bowls up. I got that from Terry. So Dave's team probably looking to get at least a minimum of 2 here to put themselves within 3 of last end. I feel like the 3 is always achievable, the 4 is pushing it
Yes.
sometimes, and a 5 is you've just got to play a really good end. So that bowler Matthews might have helped set up a plant to move a couple of the bowls away in the future, because they're going to have to start looking at changing how this head's set up as Alex comes in on his forehand trying to match that back black. And he's beaten it to the edge of the mat, so looks like Matthew's on the draw again, trying to either draw the shot or at least get another one where that back one is.
Yep, he's
Big effort here for
drawn it
Matthew.
this time.
Well done. Drawing the shot. Does that make it harder to get more than one though? From the black's point of view?
Maybe possible to draw another one
On that same hand.
on the
as
same
Matthew?
hand. It does turn quite a bit in there with the right weight and green.
You've got to have pretty good weight and pretty good green.
Yep.
I guess if you get them both right, you have a good bowl.
Yeah.
Good effort here from Alex, just trying to get another one on that side of the head. Might have just done enough to get where they wanted the bowl.
I think half a roll further would have been in the perfect spot.
Yep, so Dave and Matthew having a discussion now. I think they're looking at seeing if they can draw another one behind it. But that might leave Sean with a pretty simple 2-bowl, 3-bowl plant. Now looking at the outside head there. Yellow, black, yellow, yellow. Wonder what that'll do. I'm none the wiser for that camera switch, are you?
No, unless it's going to go yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow.
That's a lot of yellow blacks.
It is.
Looks like
Hence the pause to make sure I had enough of them.
Looks like they've opted against. They might just be trying to draw another bowl there. Looks like that's what Dave's trying. Might be on the short side, I think. Interesting what Sean and Alex decide to do here, because they probably won't be too unhappy if they drop one. You go 5 up last bowl, you'd feel pretty comfortable in that position. But there have been games that have been lost from that position before.
The important thing there is to keep the jack on the mat, not kill it and force another end.
That's usually the goal in most. The games I play, I try to keep the jack.
It's turning well, Sean.
That's a great ball there from Sean. He's
Dave
holding
going to do
3.
the.
So he's potentially holding 8 up last end, which would be a very, very ideal position to be in the final. So Dave's going to have to try and find a way to score a shot here, I think.
Ideally more than one, but
It's
not.
looking like the only way they could get 2, I think, is if they can get that jack to that those back 2 bowls. And I'm not sure if that yellow that Matthew just pointed at there is just on enough to get the yellow onto the jack. Dave just pointed at that, but I'm not quite sure it's set up nicely. So they might have to look at playing on the outside black or even the front one with a fair bit of speed. At the end of the day, they're lying 8 down last end as it is, so it's got to try to make something happen. Looks a bit tight, but might get a result there.
Pushed a couple out.
Cut 2 out by the looks. So Sean's going to have a bowl to try and beat that black bowl at the back of the mat, and that'll get him an 8-shot lead going into the last end, if I can do my math correctly. Might just sneak in.
Oh no, it's set out.
So that's 2 more to the Blackburn team, and that makes it 11-4 going into the last end. If you could see the back there, I think Julie's bowl just had a bit of concrete in it. May have got a bit of a fright.
Well, definitely didn't do anything.
I might have to try that tactic of dropping it a bit, because I'd be happy with the front toucher of the first bowl and the final end. So when you're 7 down last end in any game, let alone a final, do you have a plan? Do you just, what are you thinking? Are you just trying to get bowls in one area and see what happens, or do you have a particular game plan of trying to score points?
I'd like to hope that I'd never be that much down, but
Well, I found myself 7 down twice today in the last end, and I think the best we got was 4 because someone in the team put 2 of their bowls off the mat. I won't say who.
or was it the skip possibly?
No,
No,
no.
the lead
We're,
or the
we're-
2?
We're going to get to the
Okay,
point
so
where we roll it out, and I don't think
I'll
we
run out of
can,
people eventually.
Yeah, the opposition. So pretty good end there from Julie from what was a front toucher and a good position bowl out the side. I think when you're trying to defend a 7, you just sort of you almost want to scatter your bowls. Not enough that you left one exposed to take out for 7 shots, but you don't want one bowl to be able to take out multiple, and you want to cover as much as you can. So it'll be interesting when Dave's team decides they're going to try and start moving yellow bowls here, because that is the last end, and they've got to look for 7 shots if they want any hope of saving this final. That's a good bowl there from Terry. It's just another bowl in the head that Dave's team eventually has to deal with. And it's not the ideal end start for a 7 for black at the moment.
No, yellow's going for the scatter,
The scatter approach. And
and
that's game
that's
yep, so well done to Sean Blackburn, Alex Reid, Terry Blackburn and
Yes.
Julie Logan of the St Andrews / Martini
Martini
Club,
Club.
we believe. And also well done to the runner-up team of Dave Archer, Matthew Farquhar,
Joy Archer.
and Candice Andrew.
Andrew,
So-
yes.
or-
No, she's just
yes,
she's
Andrew.
just a single.
I
Yeah.
apologise there,
Yep.
Candice Andrew. So thank you very much for joining us. If you've managed to stay with my dulcet tones for this long, well done, and hopefully we'll see you next time.